What's up, guys? So I am going to be redoing the hermit crab enclosure. So this is a before of what it looks like. I'm going to be switching the sand to coconut fiber because that is what I had previously, and I feel that it is better for the crabs. Personally, I don't like this sand because there's big large rocks in it. So here you can see I am removing everything from the tank, preparing it to be boiled. And I just did a very thorough cleaning not too long ago, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. I simply just want to change the substrate. Here I am showing you what I use for my substrate, the coconut fiber. I am going to fill the substrate about 6 inches deep. I use like 1.5 bags for this, and you'll see I am trying to break up the clumps because there's very large clumps, and I also mix water in with it because it has to be moist. It cannot be dry. It must be moist so they are able to burrow themselves within the substrate. Here you will see that I am just dunking the shells very quickly in some hot water just to clean the inside out. It is very important to let the water drain completely out of them, otherwise they can harm the crab when they switch into the shell. So these are the dishes that I use for their salt and fresh water. I just got them at Walmart for like $1. I thought they were the perfect size. And I got the plastic mesh at like Michael's, just cut it and hot glued it, and it works perfect. I keep the rocks on the bottom too, just for some extra security for them if they feel like they're getting stuck in the water. So this is what I use to make the salt water. I've been using it for a really long time. I just pre-mix it and I keep it in a bottle and change the water every couple days. I haven't had any issues with that brand. This netting I got from Amazon. It was a little too big, so I cut it, and I use it for the shells, the extra shells. The crabs love to use it. They climb on it, climb underneath it. They absolutely love it. It was the best investment. This is an aquarium plant that the hermit crabs love to climb on. The suction cup actually stopped working, so I just hot glued Velcro and it works perfectly. The crabs love to climb on it. These are the food dishes that I use. You can just use a seashell or the other dish from like Petco or PetSmart sells them for a couple dollars. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. The food I feed them, I add the omega-1 pellets to their natural food that I feed them daily. And I also give these treats a couple times a week. I in particular really like this brand because it's dried fruits. This is the thermometer and hygrometer that I have currently. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I am working on getting a new one. So once your shells have dried completely, you can start to put them back in the tank, but I just wanted to show you the different shapes and sizes that I have available to my crabs because it is very important. I actually had my current crab that I've had for 6 years rip the shell off of another crab because I was uneducated and I didn't have extra shells for them, and I never want to make that mistake again, and I don't want anybody else to make the same mistake I did. So just provide them with a bunch of shells. You can order them on Etsy for super cheap, and they love the shells. So in order to keep the heat in, I got this reflector that you put in the dash of your car, and I just fold it in half and I stick it right around, and it works perfect. Just beware that this could be a fire hazard, and make sure you take it off from time to time and don't keep it on constantly. So this is the final product. I am very happy with how it came out. I have the water dishes, the shell shop, plenty of climbing spaces, plenty of hideout areas for the crabs. So let's add them and see what they think. So the first guy I'm going to be adding is Eugene. He is the crab that I just got from Petco. Here he is. He pinched me one time, so I'm very careful when holding him. I don't think he's comfortable with people just yet, but he seems to enjoy the tank so far. Here's Habibi. He is my original crab that I got 6 years ago, and there they both go, storming off to the water, inspecting their new tank. And I was very surprised that Habibi actually was interested in his shell that he is constantly switching back and forth. Right there, that shell that he's on right now, he switched immediately into this new shell, and I thought that was very interesting. And then he switched back. But they seem very happy. They started eating right away. I fed them potatoes for the first time tonight. Here's a clip of that. So there he is, enjoying the potato. I find it very interesting how they eat. I could sit there and watch them eat all day. It's very entertaining. And here you're gonna see Habibi's actually gonna switch shells, which I found very interesting that he did it right in front of the other crab, that he felt comfortable to do it, but he just slid right into that new shell, and a few minutes later he switched back anyways.